Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Yeah, indeed, we got the new turn. Apologies to those of you who've been waiting here 3 minutes. If I wasn't lazy, I'd put a timestamp in. But yes, I got the turn from THG at, what time is it now? 7:49. I got the turn at, let's see. Yeah, 7:15. Sorry, 7:14, and I didn't notice it. But man, I finally got something to do today! I was so bored waiting for the turn. Oh, this is excellent. Absolutely brilliant. So, are you guys ready to see what happens next then in the next exciting chapter of Charmed? Indeed, we have 3 teenage witches. Well, we're not really teenagers, but you know what I mean. But yeah, we'll get going here in just a second. I think the only issue is it's, yeah, not many people know that we have the turn here. Please don't kill me. How you doing, Bird 80? We're getting going here in just a moment. Okay. Indeed, I am playing Minecraft. Not right now, but I was earlier. It's going to get the actual game up, and we'll get going then, shall we? It feels good, man. It feels good. It feels like it's been a long, long time. So it does feel very nice. So who we got on the chat here, then? We got AT Parmentier, Pirate Joe. Come on, I can see a few more of you guys in the chat. Say hello and represent. Now then, the turn is 15. Oh god, this is good. Death is coming, are you ready? Oh. You know what, this makes me so just ridiculously excited. Because what could this possibly mean? I mean, we have a very good idea what this could potentially mean. He could be referring to potentially his carriers, at least the ones that we we detected. We've detected some sort of carrier. As to how many, it's potentially 3, potentially 4, but we have a fair idea here. He could be referring to Nanning, and Nanning, he could potentially eject us from the city there. With a fair few casualties, possibly, depends though. We will have a ×2 defensive terrain working for ourselves this turn. It might be a lack of supply, but we'll see about that. We still had a relatively decent amount, not quite as much as we prefer. But this is, let's get into it then, shall we? It's a shame, isn't it? Because I know more people would have liked to have been here. It is very short notice, the actual stream, so I do feel somewhat bad, but not really. So go in here and we'll take a look and see how things are going there. I'm just so excited. Oh, God. I wonder what it could mean. I mean, is he talking about the carriers? Potentially, is he talking about something in Nanning? Is he talking about something else completely different? The 8th of February, 1942. Promises to be a very interesting day then, ideally. And we have plenty of, ideas in motion. How you doing, Ben Infinite? Good to have you, my man. Interesting enough for... Now I wonder if that's actually his coast watcher. It looks like he's keeping his submarines in the relatively stable lanes. Well, the stable patrols that we've seen them previously operating in. Looks like they're going to remain in that. Looks like we just saw a submarine at Kendari, actually, in the port there. Right. See a little bit of movement there. I believe those are the cruiser mine layers. South of Copenhagen that we saw down here. Yeah, we are seeing plenty of submarines in the area. Moonlight here is 50%. Ooh, that was nice. Okay, that was quite fortunate for us here. Now, ideally, the submarine here would be punished. That would be quite nice. Well, I mean, this is it. I can't for an instant say that he isn't aware of that. He will be aware of that. Hey, didn't I call her? I mean, he did see the actual Jake get shot down. So maybe he might think less of it. It's really hard to say. And I don't know what sort of detection level we could, we could have over his carriers. It's going to be really interesting. I don't know how it's going to turn out. He may accelerate his operations that he might have planned in that area. Right. Transmissions, that's interesting. Oh, okay, possible submarine, that makes sense. I mean, this is if we do not know how long he's been at Wellington, if he's just arrived, or whether he's been there longer than we previously thought. Okay, we do have the same submarine out here. Something escapes the detection, unfortunately. I need to get some float planes down here then to run the ASW. Well, to basically just run the ASW out from Kandari, and just make it difficult for the submarines out there. We should have the heavy cruiser force return to Shanghai. Yep, here we go. We have the bombardment off the coast of Ambon here. The Yamashiro and Fuso, I do believe. Now they will be heading back to Kopang to then rearm. It would have been very nice if we had the AKE at Namla. But in the future, once we do have more AKEs, it will just be significantly easier for us to just do this sort of thing. We'll enjoy the bombardment here. Yep, there's the Fuso. Now, the good news is Fuso doesn't appear damaged on the animation, which is very important. We've got to bear in mind that she does have some damage. So if we can try and conceal that from him, that would be fantastic. It looks as though she looks fine, which is good news. Hey, done therefore. Not too terribly much. Not too terribly much. We've just seen some submarine attacks, and that's been about it, really. 98 casualties, not bad, not bad. Okay. Obviously not as many as you would imagine, but this is fine. What we'll do here then, indeed fire would show on the animations. Now, it doesn't look like a lot of casualties here. So I wonder if that's due to the fact that we didn't have our reconnaissance go off there. I'm not seeing a spotter plane. Might have been they both potentially stood down there. But that's fine. Potentially fortifications. I think it's probably detection level on that one there. But it doesn't particularly matter. What we'll do then is we'll head back, rearm, and head out again. But you've got to remind yourself here, guys. Obviously, the casualties inflicted isn't the full damage inflicted. Thank you very much, very diligent. Much appreciated, my man, for that tier 1 subscription. You know what? This is why I have so many hobbies, because you guys allow me to have these hobbies. So I say thank you. Okay, so Sailfish there attempted to actually hit one of our destroyers. Now, Sailfish has been the one we've been really hunting recently. I'm going to be sending some destroyer tenders up to the north over here, as well as some auxiliaries, basically the AGs I think they're referred to. The reason is going to be so we can actually rearm the depth charges out here. We are not on strike anymore. Oh man, that's awesome. When is it that you actually work there, my dude? Thank you very much, Vampire. Much appreciated. Do let me know, guys, if the actual animations are a little bit too large, while the alerts are a little bit too large. I could make them smaller. The Destroyer Hayate. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Little bit of damage here is always excellent. Alright, that's interesting. That's pretty cool to know. I hope everything goes well there, my dude. Engineer assistant, well done, well done. Okay, so 3 hits then of a submarine. Not very large amounts of damage inflicted there, but it's still damage. Okay, so moving into the AM phase here for air. I don't think we're going to be expected to too terribly much here. I am sending a force to actually deal with these line ships by Busawanga. Indeed, yeah. Yeah, well, this is it, isn't it? It's a submarine that's not armed with the Mark 14s. The G3s are actually doing very good here today, yeah. Plenty of reported hits there. And that should be very good there. Very good for them, really. They should be gaining experience from that. Allied level bomber, 8 allied ships near Kopang, apparently. We'll see about that one. That might be a misidentification of our own force. Okay, we are seeing allied ships there down to the south, actually. Now, we did actually send... Okay, that's interesting. Let's see here. Whoops. I believe I pressed the wrong button and that actually accelerated things, which is not good. Now, we just had a report there of supposedly carriers, which is something I don't... I found that one confusing. That must be referring to the Kidapatai, or at least the mini Kidapatai, surely. Unless we've seen something, Unless we've seen something of the American carriers. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, like the Allied dive bombers. Maybe a British carrier, perhaps. That could be a potential line. Yeah, that could be potentially what we spot there, but we'll see. Okay, here we are, hitting Bitan. Also, we'll take the flak, a few losses. But this is all good. Inevitably, we are draining the supplies of Bitan. Okay. So we do lose the K-30 to flak there. A few hits on the run base. It's all about just basically suppressing them, really. Okay. Tojo's going in. I tell you, I don't think we've ever had the Tojos actually engage. Right. Okay, well. That's a small part of the sweep there. There will be another part of the sweep. Okay, there we go. Well, we still hit the runway, which is okay. I was hoping that he would have actually sent out the P-39s. We are seeing store ships here, which is good to know. I was hoping it might have been something new, but unfortunately probably the same. So he's not playing ball today. I mean, the dive bombers near Salabroa is at New Guinea. They could be like the, what are they, Winnipegs or something like that? We did just have a sweep over Singapore. We had the Tojo sweep, and yeah, there we go. It's the second half of the Ki-43-1Cs. Irritatingly, he hasn't had his own forces in the area this turn. Well, the Ki-43s, they just have the numbers, really. I wish I had more zeros. Oh, don't worry about don't worry about a thing down colour. Right, okay, supposedly there's a report over here. Worthwhile checking out, actually. Bihoro, obviously submarines, I'd imagine. Let's take a look. Okay, now we're spotting things. H6K4 Mavis site to report Allied light cruiser near Wallace Island. Whereabouts is Wallace Island? Cruiser mine layer. Is this from the... That'll probably be the light cruiser force that we sent out ourselves near Cooktown. Speed unknown. New Makaza detected by Allied level bomber near Makassar. He's got something operating in this area, and I'd love to find out where they're operating from. Oh, that's unfortunate. Ah, there he is. Yeah, we just spotted the errant Chinese force. It looks like it is actually heading to Chikyang. That's good news then. At least we know where it is now. It doesn't look like there's any other movement I can see at the moment. Right, hitting Wenkao once again. Yeah, so he's going to move into Chikyang. Now, he may not remain there, and even if he does remain there, it's not the end of the world. We still have the ability to use the paratroopers. Though, Chikyang is good, it's not the most essential. Tuyun is actually the better. But who knows, he may not remain in position. And there we go, we can see the flag being used here. He's got a fair number of level bombers in Burma. That seems to be where a few B-17s are. I'd imagine some are down at Fiji, perhaps. Right, we're now reconnaissance over Denpasar as well. And over the southern end of Java. Right, we are in more reconnaissance of the area now. Okay, air transportation phase. Okay, submarine once again. I don't think it's going to be the most action-packed turn, really. So it looks like we're moving into the land phase shortly, then sub-escapes detection. Who knows, we may yet see something. I think it's going to be one of those turns where we'll see more happening afterwards. Right, we do have reinforcements arriving over here at Thrawn now. I love the fact that these things bombard. It's like, okay. But he could have attacked there and it turned the tide. But that's fine. We probably well, we have lost more casualties than we actually had there. He could really cause some havoc. We're concentrated. Well, this is it. He could, but it's one of those things where it's a little bit harder. Well, a little bit easier said than done, really. Not too much airborne. Not too much. We're just moving into the land phase now. Yep, there we go. 17. I think we'll be able to shock attack this thing next, then if it remains in position. Right, it retreats. When does it retreat to? Yes, to the north. So I think this is clear terrain, so I'll be able to shock attack here then, which is going to be great. 34 casualties, 642 inflicted there. Very nice. That's it, yep. I could have shock attacked this turn, but I'm not too fond of this terrain, so we'll be able to move to the north and shock attack. I think this is a main road, so we should be able to chase them down pretty quickly. Maybe 2-3 days at most. But that's good news then. So you can see here, defender, terrain leaders, morale, experience. But it's good training exercise for these troops over here. Okay. He's going for another shock attack against his second RTA. Okay. 223 casualties there. 70 inflicted. But that's fine. This is going to reduce the actual AFV... Well, sorry, the actual assault value of his forces here. It's the fact that... I believe he is crossing the river here. He did do better due to the fact that he did have the troops already there. We are suffering fatigue. You can see here, shock and disruption. Disruption's working against him. But this is fine. The good news is we get to see what he has here. Now, we didn't come off as well this time. Ooh, a shock attack at Nanning. He'll probably kick us out over here, but honest to God, this is still a good thing for us. Even if we lose these men, even if we lost all of them, it doesn't particularly matter. This is still using supply in China, which is very, very good for us. It's going to hurt. We're probably going to be forced out of the area, but we'll see. 559. Yeah, looks like we'll be forced to retreat. Indeed, we are. So we have been defeated on our attempt at Nanning, but that's okay. 2,793 casualties. We inflict 487. That's okay. I can deal with that one. Now, the thing is, if he chases us from Nanning down here towards Indochina, he could activate additional reinforcements. But the good news is, this is all of his corps that were over here at Luchao, now over here at Nanning. This could be a very important development in the near future. Well, we get a real measure of what he has here then. So the 65th, the 31st, the 66th, the 35th Group Army and the 9th Chinese Base Force. Don't worry about the casualties. As far as I'm concerned, Japanese land casualties really don't mean that much in Asia, per se. At least on the mainland, we can replace them. We're really at no danger of losing our position in China, so I really don't give too much an F. Okay. I'm going to say that's a good turn. I mean, we were kicked out of Nanning, but to be expected, really. I'd hoped that we would have been able to take Nanning, but I think we were faffing about, like, trying to do these reserve moves and stuff like that. We should just been attacking, really. I think sometimes we need to be less about the finesse and more about the direct attack, really. Man, victory points really don't matter. They do and they don't. The thing is, it's like if we're worried about the victory points battle, it's one of those of where we could spend all day going over it, really. I don't think much about the victory points, because at the end of the day, we'd never fight a battle then. What's the saying? You've got to crack a few eggs to make an omelette. There we go. So actually, one of the quieter turns, of course, one of the quieter turns. But we do have some interesting information down here. Okay, so those are there. Cruiser Miner. Now, I had a suggestion. That's interesting, actually. He's heading southwest. And there's only a single unit there. Right, this element of the Kidaptai is spotted. So I actually expected him to move down here. This is interesting. Okay. Definitely one of the quieter turns there. Yeah. I expected it to head... the Cruiser Miner to head down towards Exmouth, actually, but this is actually made things significantly easier and significantly safer for us to do this. Surprised he's not been hit by torpedo bombers, actually. In all honesty, I could potentially ignore that and just chase these guys down, to be honest. They're not going anywhere fast, so probably chase these guys, but... well, we could do both, actually. Head down here. He'll more than likely be in this hex or this hex, but more than likely this hex tomorrow. So what we could do then is hit them probably during the night and then chase these guys down afterwards then, which would be quite good. Okay, so for those of you who are watching the replay, I shall bid you adieu, and I shall see you in the future episodes. Until next time.